When the streets start buzzing with whispers, you know something big is about to break. For years, Yandy and Mendeecees have been portrayed as love and hip-hop's power couple, fighting through prison sentences, financial struggles, and even family drama. But what happens when the very foundation of that love is shaken by betrayal? This time, it's not just rumors. It's not just blog talk. Alleged leaked clips have surfaced online, linking Mendeecees to none other than Erica. And if these clips are real, the fallout is far greater than anyone expected. Imagine the betrayal. Yandy, who stood by her husband through the toughest years of his life, now faces whispers that Erica may have been the reason for her shocking divorce filing. Fans are divided, insiders are talking, and the industry is buzzing about whether these leaks are staged, manipulated, or brutally authentic. The scandal threatens to destroy reputations, tear apart friendships, and expose secrets that were never meant to leave the dark corners of private rooms. This isn't just drama, it's a storm. And if the leaks are true, it might be the final straw that ended Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage. When the streets start buzzing with whispers, you know something big is about to break. For years, Yandy and Mendeecees have been portrayed as love and hip-hop's power couple, fighting through prison sentences, financial struggles, and even family drama. But what happens when the very foundation of that love is shaken by betrayal? This time, it's not just rumors. It's not just blog talk. Alleged leaked clips have surfaced online, linking Mendeecees to none other than Erica. And if these clips are real, the fallout is far greater than anyone expected. Imagine the betrayal. Yandy, who stood by her husband through the toughest years of his life, now faces whispers that Erica may have been the reason for her shocking divorce filing. Fans are divided, insiders are talking, and the industry is buzzing about whether these leaks are staged, manipulated, or brutally authentic. The scandal threatens to destroy reputations, tear apart friendships, and expose secrets that were never meant to leave the dark corners of private rooms. This isn't just drama, it's a storm. And if the leaks are true, it might be the final straw that ended Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage. The first question everyone is asking is simple. Where did these clips even come from? According to several blogs, private videos allegedly showing Erica and Mendeecees in compromising situations were leaked late at night, first surfacing on a small gossip page before spreading like wildfire across social media. Within hours, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were flooded with speculation, with fans reposting and dissecting every frame. While the authenticity of the clips is still under debate, the damage has already been done. In an industry where perception often matters more than truth, even the suggestion of infidelity is enough to spark chaos. Erica, already no stranger to controversy, has found herself at the center of one of the biggest scandals of her career. She's been linked to multiple high-profile men in the past, but this situation hits differently. Mendeecees is married. Yandy isn't just another castmate, she's someone Erica has shared a screen with, laughed with, and occasionally clashed with. To betray her in this way, if proven true, could be a line that fans believe can never be uncrossed. Meanwhile, Yandy has remained unusually quiet. Normally quick to shut down rumors or defend her family, her silence has only fueled speculation. Some insiders claim she's devastated, while others say she's keeping her composure for the sake of her children. Then came the bombshell court document suggesting Yandy has indeed filed for divorce. Suddenly, the puzzle pieces began to align in the public's eyes. Was this scandal the real reason behind her decision? It wouldn't be the first time a love and hip-hop relationship crumbled under the weight of outside drama. Viewers have seen couples torn apart by cheating, betrayal, and exposure. But Yandy and Mendeecees were different. At least that's what fans believed. They had become a symbol of loyalty and resilience, especially when Yandy stood by him through his prison bid. For her to walk away now, and at this exact moment, raises questions about what she may have known before the public did. Adding another layer to the chaos is the timeline. Reports suggest the alleged clips aren't recent but may date back months, possibly even years. If true, this means the situation was brewing long before it hit the internet. Did Yandy discover the truth privately and decide enough was enough? Or did the leak simply expose a secret she had been trying to keep hidden for the sake of her family's image? Fans are torn. Some believe the footage is fake. A carefully orchestrated attempt to damage Mendeecees, name and humiliate Yandy. Others think the truth is undeniable and that Yandy's divorce filing is silent confirmation of the betrayal. Social media is split into camps, with hashtags trending as people debate who's really at fault. Is Erica the villain? Is Mendeecees the one to blame? Or is Yandy making a power move, using this scandal to break free from a marriage she no longer wanted? What makes this even more explosive is Erica's history of messy entanglements. Viewers remember her stormy relationships on Love and Hip Hop, her fiery clashes, and her habit of leaving destruction in her wake. This scandal only adds to her reputation. For critics, it proves once again that Erica thrives on chaos. For her defenders, it's another example of her being unfairly targeted by people who want to tear her down. But what about Mendeecees? His reputation as a family man is on the line. While he's had his share of past mistakes, many believed he had turned over a new leaf, focusing on his marriage and children. These clips, if true, could undo years of carefully built trust with the public. Worse, it puts him in direct conflict with Yandy's fans, many of whom are already furious at the idea that he could betray her after everything she sacrificed for him. And then there's Yandy herself. This is a woman who built a brand not just on being a wife and mother, but also on being a businesswoman and activist. To see her dragged into a scandal like this cuts deep, because it's not just personal, it's public. Every move she makes now is under a microscope. And every silence is interpreted as confirmation of the rumors as the story develops. One thing is clear, this is only the beginning. More alleged clips are rumored to exist, waiting to be leaked at any moment. Bloggers are already teasing part 2 and part 3 of the scandal, hinting that even more shocking footage could surface. If that happens, the fallout will be catastrophic for everyone involved. The public is watching closely, waiting for statements, denials, or confirmations. But so far, none of the three Erica, Mendeecees, or Yandy have spoken directly about the leaks. Their silence is deafening, and in the world of social media, silence often speaks louder than words. For now, the speculation continues to grow. Was this a setup? Was someone close to them seeking revenge? Or is this the undeniable truth finally spilling out into the open? One thing's for sure. The leaks have shattered the image of one of Love and Hip Hop's strongest couples, and the aftermath will only get messier from here. Stay tuned because, in part 2, we dive even deeper in covering the reactions from cast members, the insider gossip from people close to Erica and Yandy, and the shocking moves being made behind the scenes that could change everything. The leaks had already thrown fans into a frenzy, but the real explosion came once the reactions started pouring in. Social media didn't hold back, and neither did the people closest to the drama. What began as whispers and speculation quickly turned into a full-blown circus, with everyone trying to get their piece of the story. Almost immediately after the clips went viral, Erica's name began trending on Twitter. Thousands of comments dissected every frame of the footage, with many swearing they recognized her voice, her mannerisms, even small details like tattoos and background objects. Some fans claimed it was undeniable that the clips were real. Others insisted it was all a setup, arguing that Erica had too much to lose to ever risk being caught on camera in such a way. But the arguments only made the situation more heated. What really raised eyebrows, though, was the silence from Erica herself. Normally fiery, quick to clap back, and always ready to defend her name. This time she went quiet. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no interviews. For someone like Erica, that silence was deafening. Many began to wonder if she was holding back because the evidence was impossible to deny. But while Erica stayed quiet, other cast members of Love and Hip Hop weren't so reserved. One insider revealed that several of Yandy's closest friends immediately rallied around her, calling out Erica in private group chats. Some even went public, posting cryptic messages on Instagram stories. Lines like, "Some things you just don't do to a sister," and "The truth always," comes to light, started circulating within hours. Fans quickly connected the dots, assuming those messages were about Erica. One of the first big voices to speak was Kimbella. She didn't directly name anyone, but her post about betrayal and snakes hiding in your circle was widely interpreted as a shot at Erica. Others, like LHHATL, hinted that the situation was even deeper than what the public had seen so far. According to Ra, the leaks were just the beginning and that the real story would leave people speechless. Then came the whispers about the origin of the footage. Sources close to production claimed the videos weren't new and had been circulating quietly behind the scenes for months. Some even suggested that people on set had already seen or heard about them before they went public. If that's true, then the question becomes who finally decided to leak them now, and why? Some speculate it was revenge. Erica has had her fair share of enemies, and exposing her like this would be the ultimate payback. Others think the leaks were a strategic move, possibly by someone trying to take down Mendeecees or ruin Yandy's image. The timing coinciding so perfectly with Yandy's divorce filing made it impossible not to connect the two events. Fans also started rewatching old Love and Hip Hop episodes, pulling clips where Erica and Mendeecees crossed paths. One moment in particular, a playful exchange caught during a reunion special, suddenly looked different in hindsight. "Look at how he smiled at her," one fan tweeted. "We thought it was innocent. Okay, but now it all makes sense." These re-examinations fueled theories that the connection between Erica and Mendeecees wasn't new. It had been brewing right in front of the cameras, hidden in plain sight. Meanwhile, Yandy's silence was becoming louder by the day. Paparazzi caught her stepping out with her kids, and though she tried to keep her head high, the exhaustion was visible. Insiders said she was leaning on her inner circle and focusing on protecting her children from the chaos. But the fact that she had filed for divorce spoke volumes. For many fans, that was all the confirmation they needed. Mendeecees, on the other hand, was caught in the middle of a firestorm. His social media comments were flooded with anger. Fans accused him of betraying Yandy, calling him ungrateful for everything she had done for him. Memes mocked him relentlessly, painting him as the villain in the scandal. Some even tagged Yandy in posts, begging her to leave him for good. Behind the scenes, sources close to Mendeecees claimed he was furious, not necessarily because of the accusations, but because of how much it was damaging his name. He reportedly told friends that the clips were fake, that someone was trying to set him up. But the problem was that the public wasn't buying it. To them, the silence and the timing spoke louder than any denial. And then came the shocker. Erica's ex, Safari, allegedly weighed in privately. While he didn't post directly, bloggers claimed he was laughing about the scandal in group chats and telling people that he wasn't surprised at all. That only poured gasoline on the fire, reinforcing the idea that Erica had a pattern of chaotic relationships. The narrative grew messier with each passing day. Bloggers started posting exclusive tea, claiming that the clips were recorded years ago during a rough patch in Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage. According to these sources, Erica and Mendeecees weren't in an ongoing relationship, but the betrayal had still happened. That rumor, if true, suggested Yandy may have known about it for years and only chose to walk away once the public found out. This theory, however, sparked a new debate. Some fans began sympathizing with Yandy even more, praising her for standing by her husband despite the betrayal and finally choosing herself. Others accused her of covering it up for too long, arguing that she should have walked away the moment she discovered the truth. And Erica, her reputation was taking heavy hits. Fans who once loved her fiery energy now accused her of being disloyal and reckless. Blogs dug up old clips of her feuds with other women, framing her as someone who couldn't be trusted around anyone's man. Her brand deals were suddenly at risk, with at least one company reportedly reconsidering their partnership. But here's where things got even more shocking. A well-known blogger claimed to have access to more unreleased clips footage that was way worse than what had already leaked. They teased that if the first set of clips broke the internet, the next set would destroy it completely. That single tease sent fans into a frenzy, waiting for the so-called part 2 of the scandal at the same time. People began questioning who had the most to gain from these leaks. Some fingers pointed at Erica's enemies. Others whispered about rival cast members looking for screen time. A few even accused Yandy herself, suggesting she may have let the clips out strategically to justify her divorce and shift public sympathy in her direction. It was a theory many dismissed as too messy, but in the world of love and hip-hop, nothing is too far-fetched. Through it all, Yandy's silence remained her strongest statement. Insiders hinted she was preparing something big, a tell-all interview, a court move, or even a public statement that would put all the rumors to rest. Whatever it was, the anticipation kept building. Fans wanted answers, and the longer Yandy stayed quiet, the more they demanded to hear her side of the story. And while the drama unfolded online, production companies were licking their lips. There was no denying if this scandal was reality TV gold. Cameras were reportedly already rolling, with producers pushing hard to capture every moment of the fallout. Insiders claimed Erica and Yandy might soon face each other on camera. And if that happened, it would be one of the most explosive confrontations in love and hip-hop history by the end of the week. The scandal had grown beyond just a leak. It had become a cultural moment. Everyone from bloggers to mainstream outlets was covering it. The story wasn't just about Erica Mendeecees and Yandy anymore. It was about betrayal, loyalty, how quickly the internet can turn whispers into wildfire. But make no mistake, this was far from over. With rumors of more footage, with cast members hinting at hidden truths, and with Yandy's divorce filing hanging over it all, the next phase of this scandal promised to be even more explosive. Stay locked, because in part 3, we break down Yandy's next moves, the potential fallout for Mendeecees' career, and how Erica plans to fight back when her silence finally breaks. The internet had spoken, fans had debated, and cast members had thrown shade, but the silence from the three people at the center of the storm had stretched to its breaking point. Everyone wanted to know, what would Yandy say? How would Mendeecees defend himself? And when would Erica finally speak? By now, the scandal had grown beyond a love and hip-hop storyline. Major outlets picked it up. Morning talk shows debated it. Even non-fans of the franchise were suddenly invested, eager to see how one of reality TV's most iconic couples could crumble in such a public and humiliating way. Yandy's divorce filing had already confirmed to many that she was done. But insiders revealed she wasn't just preparing to walk away quietly. Behind the scenes, Yandy was meeting with legal teams, documenting everything, and preparing to protect her assets. For years, she had been the financial backbone of the family, investing in businesses, raising children, and keeping the household afloat while Mendeecees served his time. Sources close to her claimed she wasn't about to let betrayal leave her empty-handed. And while Yandy focused on legal protection, she was also crafting her narrative. Word spread that she had agreed to sit down for an exclusive interview, one where she would finally speak her truth. Fans speculated endlessly about what she might reveal. Would she confirm the authenticity of the clips? Would she expose details about her marriage that had never been seen on camera? Or would she take the high road, choosing dignity over scandal? Meanwhile, Mendeecees was scrambling. For years, his image had been tied to redemption, coming home from prison, rebuilding his family, and proving he was more than his mistakes. Now, that image was in ruins. The leaked clips painted him as disloyal, reckless, and ungrateful. His endorsements were at risk, his businesses faced backlash, and his fan support was dwindling by the hour. Privately, Mendeecees insisted to friends that the footage was either fake or old, claiming it had no bearing on his current marriage. But the public wasn't buying it. Even if the clips were years old, the betrayal was undeniable. For Yandy, who stood by him through his darkest days, the timeline didn't matter, the disrespect did. Then there was Erica. Fans had waited days for her to break her silence. And when she finally did, the internet exploded. She posted a carefully worded message on Instagram calling the leaks a violation and a disgusting attempt to destroy her character. She didn't outright deny being in the clips, but instead shifted focus to the act of leaking itself, calling it revenge porn and threatening legal action against anyone distributing the footage. Her response sparked even more debate. Some fans believed her, sympathizing with the idea that she had been targeted unfairly. Others called her out for dodging the truth, arguing that her refusal to deny the clips outright was basically an admission. "If it wasn't you," one fan wrote, "why not just say that? Why talk about violation instead of denial?" The comment went viral, gaining thousands of likes, and further deepening the divide among viewers. As the pressure mounted, more cast members began to take sides. Some stood firmly with Yandy, praising her strength and publicly condemning Erica. Others, surprisingly, defended Erica, saying the leak was an invasion of privacy and that fans shouldn't be so quick to judge without knowing the full story. The division within the love and hip-hop community only heightened the tension, setting the stage for inevitable on-camera confrontations. Behind the scenes, producers were ecstatic. Insiders confirmed that cameras were already rolling, capturing Yandy's heartbreak, Erica's defense, and Mendeecees' desperate attempts to salvage his reputation. The network knew this scandal had the potential to become the most-watched storyline in franchise history, and they weren't about to let it slip away. But for Yandy, this wasn't about ratings, it was about respect. Close friends revealed she was done being silent, done protecting Mendeecees, and done trying to maintain an image of a perfect marriage. She reportedly told her inner circle, "I kept my family together through prison, through rumors, through everything. And this is how he repays me. I deserve better." Those words quickly leaked to the blogs, further fueling the narrative that Yandy was preparing to step into her power and leave Mendeecees behind. Meanwhile, whispers about the supposed second set of leaked clips continued to haunt the internet. Bloggers teased that the unreleased footage was even more compromising, suggesting it could prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Erica and Mendeecees had been more than just friends. The mere threat of those clips being released kept the scandal alive, with fans refreshing gossip pages daily, waiting for the next bombshell. For Mendeecees, the consequences were already piling up. Business partners began pulling away, worried about the optics of associating with someone caught in such a messy scandal. His fan base, once loyal and forgiving, turned hostile, flooding his posts with snake emojis and betrayal memes. It was clear that without a convincing explanation or at least a public apology, his image might never recover. Erica, too, faced consequences. Her brand deals, appearances, and endorsements came under review. Companies wary of controversy started distancing themselves. Even fans who once celebrated her outspoken nature were now calling her toxic and untrustworthy. For someone who built her career on being unapologetically bold, this scandal had cut deeper than any feud or fight she'd been in before. But perhaps the most devastating fallout was personal. Yandy and Mendeecees' children were suddenly caught in the crossfire, with gossip blogs speculating about how the scandal might affect them. Yandy, fiercely protective of her family, reportedly made it clear that shielding her children from the chaos was her top priority. This only strengthened public sympathy for her, painting her as the strong mother rising above betrayal. As the dust began to settle, one thing became crystal clear. The scandal had permanently changed the dynamic between these three figures. Yandy was stepping into independence, Erica was fighting to salvage her reputation, and Mendeecees was left scrambling to hold on to a legacy that was slipping through his fingers. And yet, despite all the heartbreak, betrayal, and chaos, the story was far from over. With rumors of more footage, upcoming interviews, and on-camera confrontations, fans knew this scandal had only just begun. Love and hip-hop had always thrived on drama, but this time, the drama wasn't manufactured, it was painfully, brutally real. For Yandy, this was the beginning of a new chapter 1 where she no longer stood in the shadow of a man's mistakes. For Mendeecees, it was a cautionary tale about how quickly loyalty could be lost when trust was broken. And for Erica, it was another scar on a career already marked by controversy. One that might follow her for years to come. The internet will continue to speculate. The blogs will continue to dig, and the fans will continue to debate. But one truth remains unshakable. The leaks changed everything. The so-called power couple of love and hip-hop may never recover, and the friendships, alliances, and reputations shattered in the process may never be repaired. Stay tuned, because if history has taught us anything, it's that in the world of love and hip-hop, no secret stays buried forever. This story is far from over, and you already know the next chapter is going to be even messier. But now I want to hear from you. Do you believe these clips are real? Or is this just another setup to destroy Mendeecees and Erica's names? And what about Yandy? Did she already know the truth before filing for divorce, or was she blindsided like the rest of us? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your voice is what drives this conversation forward. And don't just stop there, share this video with your friends, your group chats, and anyone who's been following love and hip-hop from the very beginning. Let's see what the community really thinks about this scandal. And if you don't want to miss the next update, the interviews, the leaks, the behind-the-scenes drama that's still coming, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications, because when the next bombshell drops, you'll want to be the first to know. This isn't just gossip. This is history unfolding in real time. Stay locked in, because we've got more coming your way. More coming your way.